Hello gamers and welcome back to the best career on my channel here on YouTube. Today talking about all things WWE 2K24. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of information has been brought up through some of the 2K creators going out and playing the actual game. Apparently it's like an early access demo sort of build, but even still, we got gameplay, we got entrances, we got new news, we got stuff coming back from old games and stuff being implemented for the first time. A lot of exciting stuff. We're going to dive into it, talk about all of it, going to show some gameplay screenshots and share some thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, leave a thumbs up on this video if you're excited for WWE2K24 and let me know in the comments down below your favorite feature that has been announced in this video or something that you've seen out there on Twitter or in someone else's video. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very exciting times. Of course, RPW is live here every Monday and Friday right here on this channel, the #1 wrestling show in sports entertainment, the most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. If you want to join, become a YouTube member, join our Discord link in the description to learn more about Regents Pro Wrestling. Get involved. Season 3 is beginning when WWE2K24 releases. It's gonna be big. Sleeves rolled up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Today's video is sponsored by Regents Pro Wrestling. RPW is the #1 wrestling show in all of sports entertainment, live on the Regents Kid YouTube channel every Monday and Friday at 3 p.m. GMT. There is an entire playlist with over 170 videos included on the Regents Kid YouTube channel, so you can rewatch the entire history of Regents Pro Wrestling. If you think you're good enough to compete with the best superstars in the world, go to the Regents Kid YouTube channel, click on the join button, and become a YouTube member to maybe one day be an RPW champion. There is a spreadsheet with every single bit of information that you could ever imagine right at your fingertips, and your name can be included as well. My name is RK, and this is a message to you to join Regents Pro Wrestling today. Go to the Regents Kid YouTube channel, become a member, and watch live every Monday and Friday, 3 p.m. GMT, over on the Regents Kid YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is who we are. Now, one of the first things that cropped up, ladies and gentlemen, again, there are a lot of returning features, and one of them is the return of tired pins. Now, this is one of my favorite new additions. Again, I say new additions. It's something that has been in the games before. They're just bringing it back and, you know, saying it's new. But even still, I'm excited, and I'm glad that it is returning indeed. Tied pins is that one thing where it makes the match feel so much more immersive and so much more realistic, because if you have an Iron Man match going for 60 minutes and the superstars hit an RKO and just get up like it's nothing, it loses that simulation feeling. It loses that immersive aspect of it. So seeing superstars actually react to having low stamina, to being hit with a lot of finishers, makes it so much more entertaining, ladies and gentlemen. You can see it. He goes for the RKO and he stays down. He even holds onto his back a bit. He crawls over. Even the crawling pins are back as well. Now, the one thing I don't like is the referee still does that thing where he has to run, instead of being hit like already over there ready, he has to run all the way over. So already, look, he pins him. 1, 2, 3. It's pretty much a 3 count before he even starts to count. That's one thing that's always annoyed me in these games. As soon as he hits the RKO and starts crawling, he knows he's going to pin. He should already be over there, ready to start counting the pin. Little pet peeves I'm going to pick up on, but hey-ho, that's okay. Another thing, returning, ladies and gentlemen, is blood on the floor. We're going to dive into blood in detail a bit more in the, later in this video, but as you can see, blood on the floor. Now, they have said, the devs have said, this is like an early version of the blood on the map because it looks like you've like squashed a tomato on the floor or something. It doesn't look good at all, but apparently it's just like an early access thing. It's going to be patched in day 1, hopefully, to actually look a bit better, because right now it's a bit too bright and a bit too splodgy. I feel like there's no like realism to the blood, but again, they said they're going to fix it. So that is good. Tied finishes and crawling pins are both back and they look good. One thing as well, I hope there are more variations of the tied finishes. We have the RKO, we have the pedigree, but we have the tombstone, but other than that, there aren't too many variations. So I'm hoping we have more super kick, obviously, and stuff like that. Realistically, any finisher should be able to be a tied finisher, just to add to that immersion. But again, I'm glad to see it back. There's another image here you can see of The Undertaker with blood, ladies and gentlemen. And again, there's apparently all brand new blood physics. It now drips down the face. It goes into the eyes, onto the mouth. Apparently, it can go to the chest as well. Of course, we've saw it can fall on the mat. So again, physics, something that has been improving slowly, but needed, much improving this year. And it looks like they've, again, new blood physics, This used to be in the game when it can go on the mat, go on the chest, go on the face. But again, as long as they bring it back, that's all we care about. It does annoy me when games take features out and bring them back as new, even though they've already been in the game. But hey-ho, new physics, blood physics are returning, and they look awesome. Now, one new thing, actually new thing, are super finishers, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, superstars can now have up to 5 finisher slots, okay? Now, they said that, but down here, I still see 3, so I'm not too sure on how the 5 slots worked. I mean, I've heard plenty of times there's 5 finisher slots, unless I got that wrong, but down here it shows 3. But regardless, if you have 3 finishers, you can now do what is called a super finisher. Now, apparently, super finishers are super hard to kick out of. It's basically the be-all, end-all. If you hit a super finisher, you should win the match, although I'm pretty sure on one of these clips, they kicked out a 1 count, so I don't know how truthful that is. One thing I hope that AI actually use super finishers. That'll be awesome, watching AI vs AI, if they actually use the super finishers. And also, apparently it got confirmed, but I want to see more on it. I'm hoping, first of all, created superstars, cores can have it. And also, I'm hoping any move can be a super finisher. Like, when you choose a comeback, for example, there's only a set list of like 12 or 13 comeback moves, like Edge, Batista, blah, blah, blah. For a super finisher, I'm wondering if any move can be a super finisher. Can you have an arm drag be a super finisher? Or is it a set list of like the triple crossroads, the curb stomp, something that I'm going to show you here? Or can you choose any? That's something I'm really excited about. Another thing I don't like, as you can see here, a nice super finisher, all of this fisheye nonsense around the edge of the screen, it's like you're drunk in Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't stand that. I hate that. I don't know why they've done that, and I'm praying you can turn that effect off. But again, you can see down here, you have 3 finishers. She's on the top rope. Bang! She hits her super finish. It takes 1, it takes 2, and it takes 3. And you can see as well, after she pins, look how small that bar is. Of course, she's already damaged a lot, but very, very small bar. The super finishers are supposed to end it. There's also a triple crossroads again, which I don't... Look at this fish. It looks like you're drunk in Red Dead. It looks awful. It really, really does, and it's for the entire time. I'm hoping you can turn that effect off, because if not, that's going to ruin super finishes for me. He pins Roman. 1, 2, and he kicked out. I think he let him out, actually, because it didn't look like he kicked out. But he did, so I don't know, was that resiliency? He doesn't have resiliency. I don't really know how he kicked out of that, if I'm honest with you, but apparently he kicked out. But yeah, super finishers are very cool. There's also a curb stomp, which is awesome as well. Curb stomp from the top rope. I love the way he sells it as well. It looks awesome, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really does. I just hope they get rid of the fisheye lens, and I want to learn a bit more on, can you use any move to be a super finisher? Now this, Captured by Money, by the way, all these clips I'm using, all their YouTube links and stuff like that will be here, all the Twitter links and stuff. Go check them out. There's a bunch of 2K24 content on YouTube. And of course, I wasn't invited, so I'm using a bunch of other people's content. But just to see what's going on, go check them out as well. One thing I'm glad that is being fixed, ladies and gentlemen, is the Irish whip rebounds. Now, so many times, if you play 2K23, you know, you throw someone off the rope, they bounce back, and instantly they just bump chest with you. It's so annoying, especially when AI do it as well. It's so frustrating. Apparently, that's being fixed in 2K24. As you can see, Cody Rhodes throws him off the ropes, and they get down into a stance, ready to do their move. Instead of just standing there, and as they're running back, they start their grapple, which means they collide in them. They now get into a stance ready, so it looks like it's quicker to actually do their Irish whip rebound. They did say they patched this in a 2K23 update, and it worked for like 3 days and then stopped working again. So I'm curious to see if it's actually fixed this year, or if it's still going to be a case of it's fixed most of the time. On this topic, ladies and gentlemen, by the way, that's a good fix. There's also the ramp camera. Like, here comes the pain, old school style for Royal Rumbles. This looks incredible. You can now change the camera. Now, there are 2 different camera things. This one's cool, don't get me wrong. You can change the camera. You have to pause the game. You go into the presentation options, and there's a ramp camera. You turn it on, and it will change the camera to this, which is pretty cool, especially for Royal Rumbles. You can see the Titantron. It looks awesome. But there is also something that I think, especially myself, because I do AI vs AI, there is now a controllable camera. As you can see up here, it says toggle info. There's now if you've played my GM and done a spectator mode, you know this. You can now choose from a bunch of preset camera options, or even use a free cam, which I'm going to show you in the background maybe as this goes on and whatnot. There is a free cam option where you can literally move the camera around the stadium as the match is going on, ladies and gentlemen. It looks incredible. And for people like me that run eFeds here on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, where it's AI vs AI, this is going to be a game changer. Because the one thing I've always wanted is more camera angles to spice up the content. And this, I think people are going to do amazing stuff like this. You can see the Tron in the background for Rumbles and stuff, which looks awesome. One thing with Rumbles, I wish the Superstars had an actual entrance in their Rumble, then just run out. Again, I'm nitpicking, but it would be awesome to see if they come out and actually do their entrance motion. The Titantron continues, and then they get into the ring. Whereas they just run out, and as soon as they get into the ring, the Titantron goes off. I don't like it. Fix it for next year. So here's the spectator mode. In an ambulance match, literally, you have a free camera. You can do whatever you want, ladies and gentlemen. You can go around the entire arena. Now imagine this. Look, the match is going on in real time as well, which is incredible. I'm hoping you can hide that toggle info thing up there. If you can get rid of that and just have it like a clean match, that'll be awesome, because, you know, we do like realism. I want like immersion. But you can literally go anywhere in the arena. You can get close-up angles, different camera angles, a high arching shot, you know, close-up. You can target the ref. You don't even have to watch the match. You can target any superstar. This is a game changer. This is something I've been asking for. It was in my gem, so I didn't know why it wasn't in the game. And now it is. This is going to be... this is one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Right here, this camera thing, I cannot wait. Here is what it looks like. So you have toggle info, hide... Southwest. So these are the different camera angles you have. You have a broadcast camera, a free camera, shortcuts. So I'm guessing you can have like, you know, specific ones in shortcuts. You can switch the target, and you can go straight into the highlight reel, which is pretty cool. You can use the highlights menu during matches in WWE2K24 to capture content. I think that's going to be good for a lot of people that use custom cutscenes and custom promos for Universe Mode. There's a new Trading Blows minigame, which looks absolutely awesome, ladies and gentlemen. So Trading Blows is like when you're one-on-one with a superstar, and it's going back and forth with like the, you know, a heel and a face. You'll be like, yeah, boo, back and forth, just to get into a match. It's kind of like chain wrestling, but I mean, not as good, but it's still pretty cool. It's a cool introduction. Again, I'm hoping the CPU actually does stuff like this, AI vs AI, but another cool little introduction. And then, as you can see, blood is now on the floor, and hopefully it's actually going to look better in the full game. Little shot here of the commentary team. You have Corey Graves, Saxton, and Michael Cole. Michael Cole got a little bit of a upgrade, although they don't look great still. The models for the commentary and the fans still look absolutely identical, but still... that's okay. Speaking of the fans, by the way, apparently now there's been no, you know, gameplay of this, but you can make custom signs now, which I want to see more of. I want a deep dive in Universe Mode and a deep dive in the Creation Suite. Those are the two things I'm most looking forward to, and I want to learn more about, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see how custom refs and custom signs work. That's going to be exciting. Speaking of graphics as a whole, here's Rhea Ripley's entrance, and let me tell you something. The graphics are, listen, they can't do too much with the graphics. One thing I have noticed, their hair physics look awesome, and that belt looks phenomenal. I'm hoping created belts look good as well, but it looks like they actually improved the physics and the look of the belts. No clipping. She has it over her shoulder. It looks incredible. That goes for all entrances. Cody Rhodes there as well. Same entrance motion, but again, just the physics, the jacket, the metallic material looks incredible. And I speak about the AI a lot. I speak about AI vs AI, the belts, the custom arena, stuff like that, because I barely play this game. I mainly do AI vs AI matches. So a big thing for me is I'm praying that the AI look as good as the in-game wrestlers. Obviously, they're not going to be scanned like the real-life superstars, but I hope the created superstars look awesome. The created belts, arenas, stuff like that. I can't wait for a deep dive on the Creation Suite to see all the new parts, see all the new stuff, and get my hands on it. One cool little inclusion, you can now stand on the desk again. Another old feature, but it has returned. You can stand on the announcement desk. There are some new moves and some new features in the announcement desk as well, which is pretty cool. You can move around on there. You can probably jump off it and stuff like that as well, which is a nice little inclusion. Custom pins are back. Rhea Ripley's pin off her Riptide. She has a new Riptide animation and a Super Riptide, I think, as her super finisher, but she also has a new, her pin animation is there again, which is nice.
Of greatness on an all-time though.
Knight will be the first person to tell you that.
Kane is at his peak, and I think we're going to see him at his best in this.
Not much for me being a, mainly AI vs AI, but the fact that they've actually included, vocal taunts like the LA Knight and the yeah it's cool. Let's not lie now. Even though, again, I main players, I created superstars, it's still cool that they've included stuff like this. I'm hoping there's more different ones as well, more variety with crowd interactions, with taunts and stuff like that. But little stuff like that, it just makes it a bit more realistic, adds to the immersion, and makes it more fun as well. Of course, already been spoken about, but real-life referees are in the game. There are 7 real-life referees in the game. And one thing I was saying, I hope for Create a Ref, instead of just like changing their face, I hope you can change what they're wearing as well. Because if you can have like custom logos, like the RPW logo on their, on their shirt and their armor stuff, that would be incredible. Change the shirt color, the shirt pattern, stuff like that would be amazing. Or is it just you create their face and they still wear the default attire? That's something, again, I want to learn more about the creation suite. That's my main thing now. Universe and creation is all I want to know. But this information is all cool, don't get me wrong. It's getting the hype going. But the next step is universe and the creation suite. I want some deep dives and I want them now, 2K. Another awesome moonsault here. People think it might be a new moonsault animation. Looks incredible, though. I love the camera angle as well. So that's clear. That's like an in-game camera angle. This isn't the spectator mode. That is an in-game camera angle, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think I've ever seen this camera angle before from like outside of the ring looking in. So I don't know if this is a new feature where they have new camera angles around the ring for certain moves. You know, normally, sometimes for some finishes, they have the same camera where like they zoom in. But this is a camera angle I've never seen before. Through the ropes. Looks incredible. She hits the move. Then it cuts to the hard cam, and then she pins, and then it goes back out to the outside for the pin. So new camera angles could be a dub as well. Here is the camera again. So as you can see up here, you'll be in the game, you click toggle info, and it comes up with a bunch of these. Again, I'm hoping you can hide the toggle info, but it comes up with a bunch of options. So this is, you have stage, south, free camera, stuff like that. So you can change camera. And the match is going on. This is mid-match, ladies and gentlemen. And you can toggle through a bunch of these different angles, which again, in real life WWE, they have different camera angles. They have different cameramen around the arena. So stuff like this is going to be incredible for universe modes. I know RPW is going to utilize the hell out of this. This so far is one of my most excited features. I think this is incredible. I know Backstage got a huge overhaul. There's now a lift. Now, again, pet peeves, you go in the lift and you go down to a level, which is awesome. But why do they walk out like they've just had a friendly chat? It's like they're going to an office meeting and there's, oh, we have to fight. Imagine they go in the lift, they come out, and imagine like as they come out, like they get thrown out of the ring and like they stumble out and then they lock up. Like at least that'll add to the immersion of, oh, they was just fighting in that lift instead of they just stood there for 10 seconds and walked out and then went, oh, we need to fight. But again, Backstage improvements. I don't really play Backstage too much, but for those that do, it got a pretty decent overhaul. There's some new stuff in there, which looks awesome. You can now throw weapons too, which is incredible. I'm sure I'll get gameplay in the back as well. You can throw weapons, ladies and gentlemen, at people, which just looks bonkers and hilarious and awesome. That's good. There's going to be some funny clips. There already is with people launching weapons at each other's head. That's going to be awesome. I also, with mods, throwable weapons is going to be crazy because there's going to be some mental stuff when mods come out now that you can throw weapons. That's for sure. There's a little insight into how you change your camera, by the way. So you go into the pause menu and there's a ramp camera now. So when you turn it on, the camera will go to the ramp angle. Again, I don't know why you have to pause it to do that. It's kind of annoying. But with the spectator mode, you can just do it on the fly, which I think is nice. There's also something, though, called camera panning. Now, camera shakes and camera cuts, I think, are normally on. But camera panning, I think, is new. There's also stamina mode as well, which looks new as well. But I'm interested in camera panning. I really, really am. Here you can see the throwing of the weapons, ladies and gentlemen. Rhea throwing a chair, getting a kendo stick thrown at her. I mean, apparently there's water bottles, there's slippers, there's obviously chairs, kendo sticks, stuff like that. The throwing weapons looks incredible. Here's a look at the back and forth, blow for blow, whatever they call it, mini game. So again, there's a little square timing mini game, and it goes back and forth. There are 3 outcomes, apparently, so it keeps it fresh. The differences between chops and punches, overhand punches, low punches. There's all these different animations which keep it fresh. It's not the exact same every single time. And then the winner comes out on top. Of course, you can see a nice right hand as Sami Zayn comes back with a chop across. So the crowd will get into it as well, cheering and booing, which I think will be awesome. There's a ton of other content that you can watch. People that went to the event, you can actually watch them play the game, full gameplay. Go and check them out as well. I know face paint also deteriorates now, so if you start with full face paint, that will go as the match goes on. You can lower the straps now. Again, I'm hoping both of those can happen for creative wrestlers as well, not just for real-life superstars. If all of this can't actually work for cores, I'm going to be annoyed because all I do is play with creative superstars. But my main thing I want, more than 100 core slots, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's going to happen, but I wish, I pray, I hope that they allow us to have more than 100 core slots. Again, I'm not too hopeful, I'll be honest, but fingers crossed they include that as well. I'm most excited for Universe Mode and the Creation Suite. There will be a My Rise series and a My GM series on this channel, as well as RPW live every Monday and Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know in the comments down below the thing you are most looking forward to. Again, join the Discord and join RPW. By becoming a YouTube member, you can get your own contract live every Monday and Friday. We have a website, a spreadsheet, and more. You will not regret it. As soon as people will listen to RPW, they get hooked, ladies and gentlemen. So get involved. We'll catch you in the Discord, and we'll catch you in the next one. Much as always, take care and peace. Before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Whee! Yeah.
Easy to see the truth. I never want this to burn out. I never